All right, I just got done pressing the two crank sections, the upper and the right side and the left side of the crankshaft together. And I'm going to try to show you what it's like to go from here to the truing stand. And that's where a lot of time is spent with the truing. So disassemble the jig. Takes a little while to take these sections off, or this ring off. You'll see what I mean. So that slips up. Now I got to take it to the next section. Hope I'm not in the way of the camera too bad. And loosen that, move down. Put tension on that ring again, slide it up past that rod, take it back off. It's very hard to do in front of the camera because I'm doing it at a strange angle here. And then finally, slip it off the top. I don't know if you noticed on this crankshaft that I'm doing, this one and the one before, it has the poly cage bearings. You can see the plastic cages in it. At this point, I'm ready to take it off. I usually make the sign of the cross and pray and hope it turned out okay. So that's the assembled crankshaft. And what I'm going to try to do is throw it right over here, up on the jig, and see where we are. These can be way out. It's not unusual for them to be out a lot. Just because the stresses of pressing it together. Sometimes these sections here can be squeezed together too tight or spread out during the process. It's just part of the game. But a lot of times they come out pretty decent. Let's see if we can see that. I'm not really looking for a, let me get in closer here if I can. I'm not really looking to zero this out right here. It's just how much needle movement I have. That's all I'm looking for. Like here, you can see I got about 1/1000. Move over to here. Can we still see it? Yeah. There, about 1/2 thou. And then we'll move over. I don't know why, just habit. I go to the left side all the time. Next. Let's see, can we see that needle? There we go. Okay, and here you can see it's got about 4/1000 out. Again, not unusual. In this case, just like I said, it's high right here. So that means this section here needs to be wedged apart to bring this down. And that will get it close to zero. Let me move over to the right side. Just showing you my starting point here. So we can get the right side of the crank here. A good shot of it. Okay, and again, we're not zeroing, we're just looking for needle movement. And that's not bad. We're about 3.5 thousandths there. And again, the high side is right here, which is 180 degrees from the rod. So this section needs to be spread open, which in turn will drop this side of the crank. Let me zoom out a second. Drop this side of the crankshaft, this crank section. If I open this up, it'll drop it and therefore bring the needle, the high side here, down. Hope that makes sense. But anyway, that's what we start with, and then you shoot for zero, but you don't drive yourself crazy. When you get down to 1/1000th of an inch, that's great. And I make sure that I send them out at 1/1000th or less, just out of habit. I think Kawasaki specs, I don't know why they have a spec of from, I think it's 1.9 thousandths of an inch minimum out of true. up to 3.9. I think it's in inches, thousandths of an inch, I believe. And that just strikes me funny. I figured it would be from 0 to no more than 3.9 thousandths of an inch. But anyway, that's from the stand, from the truing stand, from the assembly jig to the truing stand. And then it just, I'll take it from here. Thanks for watching.